It's good. How y'all coming? It's good, YouTube. Welcome to Smoking Self Talk. Cam. And yeah. But yeah, we're gonna start with some. You didn't start with self-love, bro, because I feel like that's really important. You should never prioritize somebody over yourself. Unless it's, of course, your kids. And like, you got a responsibility, then yeah. But like, if you just like a nigga like me, just like on your own, not really on your own, but your own person, finding who you are, and really just actually get into adulthood, your early stages of adulthood. One moment, had to close the door. But yeah, if you really get into your adulthood, at least the start of your adulthood, then it's really important for self-love. Because nobody can love you how you love yourself. Nobody could, you can't get the love you expecting from somebody if you don't love yourself. I had to learn that the hard way. I won't say the hard way, but I had to learn. But yeah, I won't say the hard way, but like, I just had to figure it out on my own, if that makes sense. Like, getting started right now, man. But yeah, just really had to just figure this shit out on my own. Like, just because I really didn't know how important love was, because I used to just self-love was, because I just went into love thinking like, yeah, it's long, like me when I used to feel, I wouldn't say lonely, but like, lack of love. I just like, yeah, this relationship, I could benefit from the relationship because I feel loved by that other person. I don't feel empty. You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually like feel love. Even though I feel love, coming from home, but that type of love different. So like, and like, that's the love you really chase after. Like, you gonna always get the love from your family and things like that. But love from like another person, especially like a significant other or someone you're attracted to, it just hit different on another level. Just because, just like the love different, and that's just something like you see it in like movies. You just really things you kind of fantasize over, if that makes sense. But yeah, like, I had to learn really, like, I can't love. How can I expect to love? How can I expect to love somebody else or somebody to love me if I don't love myself first? I really just had to put myself first in like many situations. So yeah, like, especially like things like that. Like, I had to just learn to really just, I don't know, really just love myself. I'm not gonna lie. But like, it really just, I ain't gonna lie, I just got on this journey not too long ago, but it's been a minute though. It's been over a year for sure. But yeah, just spending that time alone with yourself really tell you a lot about yourself, I swear. Like, just being alone, being in the moment with yourself, not touching your phone, not being on social media, not talking to nobody, none of that. Just sitting with yourself. Like, I had to learn that because I wasn't able to do that at first. I remember it was times where that was like a struggle for me, just off the simple fact that, like, I don't know, I like being in people's presence, especially. Like, I wouldn't say I was an attention seeker, but like, I kind of like attention from others that I'm comfortable with. You know what I'm saying? So I would always like to be around people, and like, just like to just be, like, be it. Like, I don't know. Like, I like being in others' presence, if that makes sense. Not really because I didn't like, not really because like I didn't really like being by myself. It was just on the sense that, I don't know, it just felt good. It just felt good, especially being around your friends and shit. Like, that shit is a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But yeah, I really had to learn that on my own. Ain't gonna lie, I say social media and like TikTok and shit, that shit helped me out really know like what it was. It kind of educated me on what self-love was, if that makes sense. Like, TikTok, I don't know. Even as much as the hate TikTok get, I salute it just for like helping me really, find like self-improve in a lot of aspects that I didn't really know about, or like be more aware of things I didn't know about in the aspect of life in general, not just self-love, but like, many aspects of life. Because, life is, it comes at you. Life is really a cycle. It's like a real cycle. It's like a learning cycle. It's really a learning experience. So yeah, I really had that happen to me, which really, it made me look at life totally different. Like, damn. Because, that's really true. You can't love nobody. You can't love nobody as much as you love yourself. You can't even, don't even feel right really loving somebody if you don't love yourself, because you lose yourself in the process of loving somebody when you don't love yourself. But yeah, that's really that. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to first, talk about that. That's probably the topic for the video today. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, that's cool. That's that. But it's like, if you lost right now on like how to love yourself, because I'm still learning as well. But yeah, if you're stuck on like learning to love yourself or anything like that, like you want to know how, where can you start, things like that. First thing I would say is being self-aware of you. Like, I won't say you not loving yourself, but be self-aware that you're all you got. Like, you're your own, you all you got. My fault, y'all. But yeah, being self-aware. When I mean like be self-aware, understand things like your thoughts, feelings, and like different areas of growth, if that makes sense. Like, to where you are able to love yourself. One thing I used, I'm not gonna lie, like to really like learn or like have building blocks or steps to achieving self-love, yeah, it's really self-awareness. Because, well, that's one of them, because you get to actually just sit with yourself and just live in the moment and know and just think about all the things you do that you wouldn't say you did for yourself, that you would classify as not giving yourself your all, or like putting yourself first in a situation. I'm not gonna lie, like there's plenty of things like that where I had to just sit, just like, damn, just examine and like really think of all the things that I did where I wasn't really putting myself first, or just, just wasn't really doing what I needed to be done, like for myself. One, putting myself in the best position, looking out for others before looking for myself. Things like that. Like, that's cool to do that, but you got to know when there's limits to doing that. If that makes sense. Like, you got to know the limits to doing that. Like, what we'll call, like, because if you do things for someone like multiple times without, especially if they're not repaying you the favor, that's just what they're gonna expect out of you. Like, they're gonna just rely on you on the things you provide for them, and that's really taking advantage of somebody. And like, and like that shit, especially if you're the one getting taken advantage of, that could really fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of comes from not really loving yourself. Because if you really love yourself, you wouldn't put yourself in a situation. Yeah, you'll probably do it a couple times, once, twice, 3 times, if they fucked up in that situation and like that's your real friend and they understand you, y'all like at that real bond, then yeah, like, and ain't nothing wrong with helping nobody out. But you also gotta know this day life. I wouldn't say they gotta figure this shit out, but just like how you gotta figure this shit out, they gotta figure this shit out. Just like how you going through shit, just like how they going through shit, you going through shit as well. You got your own problems going on in your life. So yeah, that could go with like, just being self-aware of the things you do, where you're not putting yourself first, or where you're not just doing you, like doing something for you that'll put you in the best position, putting somebody over you. So yeah, that could really be another factor of that shit. I ain't gonna lie. But it really just, it all comes down to, yeah, just being self-aware in the moment, for real. That could be one. Done with this. Just roll a little shit. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really be into them big woods. I ain't gonna lie, like them overly big, like backwoods, anything like that. Damn, do I got light on me? But yeah, I don't really be into that shit. Cause like with this, something like this, you'll be cool still. You know what I'm saying? Like some little shit like this, you'll be cool. Don't mind the background. I'm in the garage right now. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, I'm just here to talk to y'all, man. I ain't gonna lie. Second thing I would really say for like self-love or on a journey to self-love is like self-compassion. You know, things like, you know, treating your like talking to yourself. I say talk to yourself for real. Like, especially if you in the wrong, not in the wrong, but like you're doing something where like, you know, it's not serving you the best interest, or like you're in a situation where like it just have you down bad, depressed, things like that. Like talk to yourself in a positive way or like an uplifting way, so you can have your mind, you know, in the right space for like, oh yeah, okay, I'm cool. Yeah, you know, everybody make mistakes, so like just talk to yourself, telling you, oh yeah, I'm cool, I'm good, you good. There's more things coming my way, more things coming your way, you know. Then that could really shift your mindset, because the mindset is really what it is with self-love, because your mind is constantly thinking about different things, and the things that, like the negative thoughts in your mind, mostly what your mind think about can really put you down and get you far away from that journey. So that can really help out, I'm not gonna lie. Like just taking the time out, just sitting with yourself and just like thinking like, damn, you know, like, yeah, like I would say like talk to yourself, saying shit like that. Affirmations really, I'm not gonna lie, affirmations really work. I started to do that not too long ago. I had to figure that out and shit. But yeah, that shit really worked for real. But yeah, affirmations, that shit. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not like the most like educated when it comes to self-love, but I'm telling you guys the things that I had to learn, or the things I'm still learning right now, for me to continue on my self-love journey, if that makes sense. But yeah, self-compassion could be another thing. Just really talk to yourself. And with things like being positive in hard situations, like being gentle with yourself, really just like, you know, I wouldn't say show yourself sympathy, but you know, don't push yourself down. Don't think the world is gonna end just because you're going through a specific problem, because that could really like take you off your self-love path, you know what I'm saying, and put you in a darker place. But yeah. Now the third thing is really important, and that's setting boundaries. Like just really learning to say no, especially in like situations you're uncomfortable with, things you know you don't like doing, but you're doing for others. That could be, you know, being peer pressured into doing something that you really don't want to do. Like your man is telling you don't want to do it, but you know this will make him, you know, look at me a different way. This will make them like me, appreciate me more. You know, like learn to say no, cause you putting yourself in them type of situations, knowing your intuition is telling you no, can really like it can have a negative effect on the outcome of that situation. It don't have to be like a major negative, like a really big negative situation, but like just things you not really comfortable with doing, that you know you don't like doing, but you're doing it for the sake of others. That shit can really, you know, get you off your path for real, because then the outcome of that can really fuck with your mental, especially if it's not going how you want it to go, or it went how you knew it would win in your head if you didn't do it. So yeah, that could really, you know, fuck up your journey. So I would say that's setting boundaries, saying no, like, you know, saying no. I know it was hard for me to say no. I ain't gonna lie. I used to be yes to a lot of things I really didn't want to do, but I really had like compassion and I had care for the other person, and I didn't want the other person to look at me in another way. So I just had to, you know, I just did what would make them, what I would think make them, you know, look at me a different way, give me more respect, things like that. And that going to number 4, really, like just not giving a fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Like once you not give a fuck about anything else outside of yourself, then that's gonna really put you at peace with yourself. Cause you gonna know, like, you know who you are. You're gonna know who you are more and know who is for you and who is not for you. Like, it could be motherfuckers who be your bestest friends, bro. Like, they could be your best friends, but it's just the simple fact that they doing shit, like, their opinions on you, what you're doing, can really toll you and doing shit and hold you back for the things you want to do, just off the simple fact that, oh, they're gonna think this, they're gonna think such and such about me. They're gonna feel some type of way about what I'm doing. But that shit don't matter at the end of the day. I had to learn that too. I'm still learning that right now. Like, just not giving a fuck what a motherfucker gotta say, especially what you doing and what makes you happy. Cause what make you happy is what make you happy. Niggas don't go through what you going through. Motherfuckers don't go through what you going through. So I say that. Motherfuckers don't, motherfuckers don't go what you go through. Like, they don't have the same problems. They don't have the same problems as you. You going through some shit, they going through their own shit. If it's your life, focus on your shit. If that means all your friends, no longer your friends, then hey, as long as you focus on you, building yourself up, getting to the positions you want to get in, then yeah, you cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But that's another one. And lastly, I would really say for like building blocks or like minor steps to take towards, self-love is really just challenging your negative thoughts and just forgiving yourself, especially the things you did in the past. I'm gonna break it into two parts. Challenging your negative thoughts. That could come with like things like, say it's a specific situation where you should do it, but your thoughts are telling you otherwise, just to keep you from, just to keep you in a state of safety, if that makes sense. Because, our mind, like, if you have anxiety or like get nervous in specific situations, then you probably know what I'm talking about, because, your thoughts will tell you to not do what you really want to do, basically off things like, people's reaction, people know what they gonna think about you, things like just you being scared in the moment, shit like that. It's more factors to that, but I can't really think right now. But yeah, if the actions are things that your negative thoughts or your anxiety is telling you, so stay away from this, don't even go through it. But that action can lead to growth, then just go through it. I ain't gonna lie. Be conscious enough, be in the moment, mindful enough to just go through it, no matter what your mind's saying. If that can lead you to a better pathway in life or growth, new growth, and be comfortable with a more skill, then that's could be, really just challenge that shit. And then forgiving yourself is really just forgiving the shit you did in the past. Even unless you did like some real fucked up shit, even if you did though, I ain't gonna lie, it's still like you still gotta love yourself. So you still gotta forgive all of the shit you did that you just stay on your mind and just fucking with you. Just forgive yourself. Just like what they say, this is your first time living. It's your first time in life. It's your first time really experiencing life. So like, you still learning on the process of you getting to where you want to be. So this is really your grind to where you want to be. Just gotta let the negative thoughts and let all that shit go. Cause that shit not really gonna treat you. It's gonna really just hold you back from the things you want to do. Damn. But yeah, that shit really gonna hold you back, bro. Because you have to keep in mind that the past you is no longer you. The past you is no longer like the person you are now, in this moment, current moment right now, and the person you will be in the future. The past you, the reason why you're not, in the state of where you want to be is because, the things you went through probably could be the things you went through in your past, and how that, had it took a toll on you, the things like that took a toll on you, all the things you did. So you gotta know, you just gotta really know the past you, the person you was in the past is no longer you. You're grown. You're a person of growth now. You're a person, an improved person, a person who's no longer on that level. You're on a higher level now. So yeah, that could really, also just, yeah. But that would do with smoking self-talks with Cam, We just really learning to, love ourselves. Really just getting the feel of like loving yourself and shit like that. Cause like that shit is like really important. Especially if you're looking for growth or in the room for growth. And that shit can really, just put you in a better, position in life. And like the person you always want to be, that could have a leeway and put you closer to where you want to be in life, if that makes sense. So that's really, all for today. But just, we still growing and shit, If you see this video, I hope this shit helped you. Damn, I can't be cussing like that. If you came across this video, I just really hope, it at least gives you an idea on where you can go to achieve self-love and actually be just fully fully in love with yourself. Even if you're like dealing with somebody, you know yourself, you know who you are. Basically, just the path of finding your purpose and learning yourself and knowing who you are and knowing yourself as a person. So yeah, that's all for today though. I hope y'all have a good day. Thank you for tuning in. If you did, if you made it this far, then appreciate that. Still, subscribe if you feel like it, Well, yeah, I'm out.